Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Iftar with Umms. My name is Khalila Ahmed, and today we'll be discussing being a covered Muslimah. Is it an hindrance to attaining your dreams and contributing to the society? Many a times, people always mistake you being covered as being an excuse for them, like restricting you for doing a whole lot of things that you should be doing normally as a normal Muslims. So today, all of us will be discussing. But before we do that, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Like I said earlier, we'll be discussing being a covered Muslimah. Is it an hindrance to attaining your dreams and contributing to the society? With me, I have three amazing Muslimas. By my right is
Baba.
By my left, we have
Abdurrahim
and
Anissa.
So we all will be dissecting the topic today. So Abdurrahim. So why we as covered Muslims, we have different versions. Some people are the cape kind of Muslims, some people are the jalbab kind of Muslims. Why do we have so many versions?
Why do we have so many versions of the dressing? Well, I think it boils down to everybody's personal struggle, because it's a process. So it's number one, what is the covering all about? The reason why we Muslims cover is because it's a commandment from Almighty Allah.
Okay.
And if we look into the Quran, we don't have some specifics as to color and thereabouts, but the scholars have been able to explain the criteria for choosing for the type of covering that we use, the one that is acceptable according to the Sunnah. But every individual will make his choice at the end of the day. So that's what we see for the translation, for the different kind of coverings that we have. So everybody is at his own struggle, is at his own level of understanding and accepting of the verse and translating his own understanding of the verse. But it would be very good for us all to try and study the text. Scholars have done intensive research and done a lot of they have books on how the covering should be. So it is only when we actually read these texts and understand the translation of the Quran as per what is expected of us as our covering. So that's how we will be able to actualize the covering. So that's what's happening. So it's where everybody's personal acceptance and understanding of what the injunction of the Quran is about. So that's what we say.
So speaking about what is right, is there a uniform thing that this is what the Quran says you have to use?
Yes, there's the uniformity as per the Quran is that the only places that are permissible for us to expose are our head. And there's a debate about the face.
Okay.
Some scholars believe that the covering of the face is compulsory, while some do not believe that it's compulsory. But every scholar agrees that it's something that is It's something that is liked in Islam.
Okay.
So if you see a woman covering her face, it's not like she's picking it out from the blues. It's part of the deen. It's encouraged by all scholars, but some see it as compulsory and some do not see it as compulsory. But the background is that a Muslimah must always cover every aspect of her body. It's only our hands that it's permissible, so we must cover our feet.
Okay.
And then it's also known that the purpose of covering is, if you look at it in the Quran, it says that so that you may be recognized and not be molested.
Okay.
So that's one. I'll just pick one of it because the different rulings about the covering, we have a number of them. But I'll just pick one. That is, it mustn't be tight-fitted. So you can be covered, and if it's tight-fitting, it does not qualify as what the Quran expects of us. It has to be loose so that we do not attract the opposite sex unnecessarily, and our dignity is preserved.
All right.
Nowadays, there are some Muslims, female Muslims, that they use the hijab without knowing its purpose. What can you say about that?
Just like my said, the purpose of the hijab is to cover our nudity, and it actually helps us in terms of harassment and the likes. I'll just say that hijab just protects we females in general, and actually protect our value. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Perfect. Protection of values.
Yeah.
We as Muslims, we have several roles in the community. Can you please highlight a few roles that we have to play in the community and also in our immediate family?
So the roles in the community starts from our roles at home. So if we try to get it right at home, then the other will follow. But it's also important that we do not misplace our priority. So for a Muslima, your first role is at home. So we have that primary duty of taking care of our home. And the Muslima at different stages. As a daughter, you have a duty. You have a duty as a sister. You have a duty as a wife, as a mother. So it's said that if you train a woman, you have trained a nation. It's very, very important because the woman can be a fitna for a society. So if we can train the woman to make sure that she is not a fitna, then we have less problem in society. So a woman has to be dutiful, submissive, and all these duties of a Muslimah will be easy for her if she goes back to the book. What does Allah say? What is expected from me as a Muslim? So it's when we get that right, as we use that as our what's it called, as our guideline, then we will really understand what exactly our roles are. I'll be able to perform our roles.
But do you know that these days, I mean, in this generation that we have existing barriers. There are existing barriers in this generation that we are. How do we curb those barriers? How do we curb it?
The barriers to the role of a woman in society, right? Or to
barriers in society, barriers, probably workplace barriers.
Okay, while being covered.
Yes. That you cannot use the hijab
while you're working. You can't use the hijab somewhere.
How do we curb the barriers?
I think to curb the barrier, it first of all starts from us as individuals. So if we really understand what the meaning of our hijab and what the hijab should mean to us, and with that way we won't be able to compromise it. And it's even more important for us as Muslims that we are very good at whatever we do. So we cannot, let's face the fact of the matter that there are these barriers to our addressing. You understand? So it will not be upon us now to, after all said and done, and then you are called to offer a service and you're not even up to the task. So it's a call for us to even be more proficient at whatever we do, since those are some of the things that we need to gain from the barriers that exist. Then we just need to have our self-confidence and to understand the hijab, because a Muslimah that is used to the hijab, if you ask her to go off the hijab, you are just asking her to go naked. I mean, that's what some people do not realize, because you just keep on wondering, what exactly is your problem? It's my head, I'm wearing the hijab. Why is it your problem? It's on my own body. How does what I wear actually affect you?
I wonder.
And especially with the rampant case of nudity, if you can cope with nudity, then please, why can't you cope with my hijab?
I believe if there is a problem, you have to find a solution to it.
Of course.
You actually know that the hijab and our work, most especially if you're actually working for the federal government or private ownership of it, they have this problem of, okay, you can't wear this hijab, you can't wear that, you can't wear this. I feel the solution to it is we having the work of our own.
Well, do you know that
not everybody
we can't all have jobs?
I actually understand, but like not to some things to be thrown at us. We just need to just avert it. For example, I have someone at NTA Ibadan, and she told me she was actually using the Afkimol, and our bosses were like, she had to reduce it because she can't go on hair like that. She's a caster, that she can't go on hair like that, and she started reducing it. She reduced it to cape. And the Muslim community came to meet her that, sister, what happened? Because she was like, and because of the kind of environment she was, she didn't see it as anything. She was like, what is wrong? I did not kill somebody or something. So like the environment that she was, like, she actually felt it was normal. But to the Muslim community, we actually know like what has actually happened, like for her to actually like depreciate from where she was
It's
down to,
down to
it's so okay.
I want to add to what she has said. I think we can't throw away the option she's bringing that we should have our own private enterprise. But at the same time, it should go together with those that will be able to stand up as she ended it with too. Like if you look at the case of Amusa now, she has done wonders now for the law students that want to use their hijab under their cape. But the truth of the matter is that everybody has his own levels. What I can withstand is different from what any other person can withstand. What you can withstand, I may not be able to withstand it. So let's have the option for those that cannot withstand the heat, and then let's see the courageous ones among us too that can stand up for others as long as they are very good. So that goes back to just try to be very proficient as a student. So whatever you are learning, try to be very good at it. If you are very good at it, it has worked for the male folk before. I learned of the story of a brother that he loved to wear his jalabia, and where he was working was a formal sector. Because it was so good, he just had to align to wear jalabia that he likes to wear because they couldn't let go of him. So one of the ways we can overcome this barrier is be very proficient in what we do.
Just be good in whatever you are doing.
It will just take us like that.
So before we go on the show, there's one more question. So one thing that we have noticed, or due to series of talks and everything, we have noticed is that we Muslims, we tend to negate ourselves. And this makes non-Muslim folks see us as people that don't even know what they are doing. So how do we balance this? How do we change the narrative?
So basically, aside from the issue of the different dominations, or how I put it, that we have generally in life, this is a life of diversity. So let's concentrate on what unifies us, and if we work with what unifies us, then we leave the rest. So let's work more on what unifies us. Like now, looking at what's it called, the NASFAT, for instance. Now, they are looking at the Fountain University. I mean, there's nobody that can negate the impact of Fountain University to the Ummah. Our sisters in Niqab, they can comfortably walk there without any fear. Our brothers can walk there without fear. You know, I learned of some people that go to some schools that they'll be asked that you can't pray. So the point I'm bringing out of it is that now there's nobody that can take it away from that fact, the contribution that Fountain University has done for the Ummah. So can't we just concentrate on the good that we all have, the common good that we have? We are all worshipping Allah. We are all on the Sunnah. Whatever Sunnah that we are not yet able to perform according to each person's expectation, can we just try to encourage ourselves? And so let's just concentrate on the on the unifying force, and together bring something more beautiful out of it.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, it has been an amazing session. We had to brainstorm, and we have actually all come to a conclusion that irrespective of what you do, just be good at whatever it is you're doing. It's going to pay way for yourself and for other Muslims out there. So let's go on a short iftar break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's actually time for us to have our sumptuous iftar. So to the next episode. Masalam. Okay. Yes, let's chop it.